welcome back to another video, everybody. Today we're talking about calories. Now, we know by now that calories are just a stored form of energy contained within the foods that we eat. Some foods contain a lot of calories, which take longer to burn off, and others contain fewer, which can be burnt off quite quickly. Now, in this video, we're going to be looking at what percentage of different types of foods should make up our total calorie intake for the day. Now, I train a lot of women, and particularly it's women who are more conscious about how many calories they're having. So in this video, we're going to be using the daily calorie intake for a woman as an example. Now, a recommended daily calorie intake for a woman is around 2,000 calories. Sounds like a lot, right? But this is for somebody who wants to maintain a constant weight and somebody who has a relatively active lifestyle and a relatively healthy diet. For somebody wanting to lose weight or whose energy expenditure doesn't require those 2,000 calories, a calorie intake of 1,500 a day is probably more fitting. So we're going to be using that as an example. Now, of the 1,500 calories, you want to make sure that it's made up of different types of foods, which are referred to as macronutrients, which are your carbs, your protein, and your fat. Now, fiber is also another macronutrient, but because it's contained largely within the other three, that's why we're not using it as an example. Now, there are different types of ratios you can use to make up your calorie intake for the day, and it largely comes down to what your goal is. Today, we're going to use a very simple but effective ratio, which is a 50-30-20, which means 50% of your total calorie intake is going to come from carbohydrates, which equals to 750 calories. 30% is going to come from protein, which is 450 calories, and 20% is going to come from fat, which equals to 300 calories. Now, if you wanted to find out how many grams that was per day, just remember every gram of carbohydrates and protein contain 4 calories, but every gram of fat contain 9 calories. And all you need to do is divide the calories from your carbohydrates and protein by 4 and divide the calories from your fat by 9, and that will give you how many grams of each macronutrient you need a day. We can break it down even further and find out how many grams that is per meal. All you do is take your grams per day and divide it by how many meals that you have, and it'll give you your end goal. Now, if after a week or two you're still not seeing any results, whether you're not losing or gaining weight, then go back to your original calories for the day and adjust it, whether you're adding or taking off, and preferably do it from your carbohydrates. You won't know until you try. Do it for a couple of weeks and see what happens. So now that you know all of this, should you track your macros day in and day out? My answer is no. Why? Because it's not sustainable. Even the most elite athletes will only track their macros for a short period of time. But what they will do is they'll monitor what food choices and portion size they're having, so it enables them to sustain a healthy diet throughout the rest of the year. It's like I always say, it's all about portion control and healthy food options, as well as everything in moderation. Hope you enjoyed the video. Thank you for watching, liking, and sharing all of them so far. I really appreciate it. I'll see you in the next one.